All right, welcome back to Pace Law Firm, talking once again with immigration lawyer Andy Semichuk. You can find him at paceimmigration.com. Andy, I noticed in the Calgary Herald the other day, there was an article where the employment and immigration minister from the province of Alberta was going down to the United States and looking for people that might want to work up in the oil sands in Alberta. And I remember we had been talking about this issue before. It's kind of refreshing to see someone go down there to look for labor. Is that right?
Yes, it's a very good idea, and I've often wondered why we're not doing more of that. Tom Lukasiuk from Alberta, the Minister of Employment there, obviously has caught on to something, which is like there are 14 million unemployed Americans looking for work, and here we are in Alberta looking for people to man the various jobs in the oil patch, particularly up in Fort McMurray. And there are other such instances across Canada where we could employ Americans and Mexicans under the NAFTA Free Trade Agreement to come up to Canada to work.
So why do you think it has been kind of a problem to go down and look for America? It seems like we're constantly concentrating on Europe or the Philippines or overseas, but not too much in North America. Why do you think that is?
I guess you get used to a certain routine when you're recruiting, and it's never been the case before, really, that there's been so much unemployment in the United States, and the economic malaise that's come into the last year or two, I guess, has widened the gap in terms of what Americans have available for them. So I guess it's something new, and we're kind of used to recruiting people from places like Philippines or Thailand or whatever, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because if you have a next door neighbor that's unemployed, why not employ that person? It's much easier. The cultural norms are similar so that the person doesn't have to adapt that much in terms of coming up here. And there are opportunities available for these people.
And same in Mexico, I think you were saying that it doesn't take too much just to go down to Mexico as well.
Right. Mexico has a labor force there that we could employ as well. But we shouldn't forget about Eastern Canada. Just because there's some job openings in Alberta and it's convenient to go down south, let's not forget that there are good people here, highly skilled people in the Ontario and Eastern Canada region that also could go into Alberta where there's a demand for workers. So I think a recruitment of a drive along the lines of incorporating both Eastern Canada as well as the United States and even Mexico would make sense all around.
Nice. Now, if let's say there is an American watching this on YouTube and wants to know how they might be able to get up to the oil sands and get some work, what route should they follow?
Well, I know the government of Alberta has some websites that are dedicated to employment in the Alberta scene, but of course they're going to need a lawyer sooner or later, so they should contact Pace Law Firm and Andy Semichuk if nobody else from our firm.
A free plug.
Yes, yeah. But we have a whole group of people here who can help with work permits and other immigration matters.
Last question. Does this involve anything like I know the investor immigration platform and things like that in Canada, or they have a certain quota? Do you know of any quota so far? Like, are they looking for up to 500 people to come to Alberta and then there'll be a cutoff, or how's it going to work?
No. They have to get work permits, which involve labor market opinions. And there is this issue of can you find a Canadian worker that's ready, willing, and able to take the position, and having to get through that hurdle. But in Alberta, there is a critical shortage of skilled workers. Now, we don't need unskilled workers. We need people who have some skills in terms of being able to work, particularly in the oil field, in the oil patch and oil field related work, but also in some of the service areas as well. So I guess the answer is basically in each case, they're going to have to apply for a labor market opinion from Human Resources and Skills Development Canada, most likely, unless they're professionals, in which case they can apply under the NAFTA Free Trade Agreement as a professional.
Nice. Okay, thanks a lot, Andy. There's Andy Semichuk with some more information. You can get more from him at paceimmigration.com. Go ahead and drop him an email there, and we'll see you next time. Bye.